So you decided you want to get stronger, you've come to the barbell clinic at our gym. After you've learned how to squat, the press is next up on the agenda. Let's learn how to do this right by teaching Gabby from ground zero how to press the barbell. So the first thing we're going to establish is Gabby's grip. I'm going to have her take a grip that's roughly shoulder width apart, have her kind of put her hands out in front, kind of like Frankenstein would do. Good. Now most people, when they grip the barbell, will do what she's doing, will place her knuckles on top of the barbell as if she was going to pull it, because that's what feels comfortable. Now when she approaches the barbell, comes underneath, that bar is going to roll back in her wrists. Unrack it, take two, good. See that her wrists are bent back, wrists are extensions, got a bunch of leverage on her wrists, which we don't want. I want her to learn how to carry the bar on the bones of the forearm. So go ahead and put that away. Let's fix that grip. Good, so come on back, hands out in front, kind of like Frankenstein. Hands are open on the barbell, and I'm going to have her rotate or pronate her thumbs down. And what that's going to do is place the barbell directly on the bones of the forearm, the same way you would bench press. From here, a little wider than that, good. She's going to lay her fingers on top, come under the barbell, elbows swing through, don't move it, take a big breath and stand up. Good. What we're looking for is vertical forearms when I'm looking at from the back or from the front. I want her forearms to be vertical, and her elbows must be a little bit in front of the barbell as they are. This angle will dictate where she presses that barbell. If she's back, she's going to throw it out in front of her, and at heavy weights, it's not going to go. So now her hand is in the correct position, her elbows are in front of the bar. I'm going to have her take a big breath, look straight ahead at the wall, and just drive the barbell overhead. Put head, head comes through, and at the top, I want Gabby to shrug her shoulders. That's important. I'll explain why afterwards. Go ahead and bring it down again. Elbows in front of the bar. Look straight ahead, take a big breath. Drive it over your head and shrug your shoulders. Shoulders to ears. Bring it back down. One more. Elbows forward, big breath. Drive it up. Shrug your shoulders at the top. Bring it down. Walk it in. Excellent. Now that Gabby's learned how to press the barbell, we're going to teach her how to add the hips into the movement so we can maximize the muscle mass involved here. I'm going to have Gabby take a stance kind of like her squat, a little wider with your feet. Good. I'm wanting her to put her hands on her hips, squeeze her quads and her abs as tight as she can get them. And what I want her to do is create a band of tension from her ribs down to her knees so that when she pushes the hips forward, she's going to rebound off of all that tension that she's created. I want her to take a big breath. Hold your air, push your hips forward and rebound off that tension. Exactly like that. Squeeze your legs tighter than that. Take a big breath, hips forward. Good. Now do it a little faster than that. Big breath, hips. Good, excellent. Now, hips forward, a horizontal movement of the hip joint forward is not the same thing as Gabby leaning backwards. It's not the same thing. Does that make sense? Leaning backwards opens up the stomach in the front. Hips forward is a different movement. So, the hips, you might ask, are there for what reason? Well, it does two things for us. One, when the hips go forward, the head is pulled out of the way, so she has a clearer shot to the back. Second thing it does is that when the hips go forward, the shoulder joint will dip. It drops a little bit. Go back again, big abs, tight quads, hips, it dips a little bit. Now, with the barbell in place, when the shoulders dip, do it again, 1, 2, hip forward, the barbell and the hands will also dip. We're going to use that little bounce out of the bottom, do it again a little faster, to generate a bounce to start the press. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Take your grip, rotate your thumbs down, exactly like that. Approach the barbell, elbows forward, stand up. Now, I want her to do 3 reps without pressing the barbell so we can feel that rebound. Elbows a little bit forward, tight abs, tight quads, take a big breath. Good. I'll reinforce it with you. Take a big breath. Hips forward. Barbell dips. One more time exactly like that. Good. On this one, when the barbell dips, I want you to catch that dip and drive it to the top. Big air, hips, and shrug. Good. Now set of 3. Keep the barbell close to the nose. Big breath. Shrug. Tighter to the face. One more. Elbows forward. Tight quads. Shrug, shrug, good. Put it away. We've spoken before about why the shrug is so important at the top of the press. Now I'm going to demonstrate why that's the case. Shoulder impingement is a thing that everybody worries about when they press. I'm going to explain today why that's impossible with a correctly performed press. This is a scapula, and on Gabby it's going to sit right about here, right? Now, when Gabby presses the barbell overhead, her scapula will rotate superior and medial to the inside. Now, when impingement occurs, bring it down, when the head of Gabby's humerus, her upper arm bone, mashes into the top of the acromion and the coracoid processes and jams up on the infraspinatus and supraspinatus tendons. Now, at the top of the press, this cannot occur because of the shrug. As soon as Gabby shrugs to the top, the trap fibers attached to the top of the spine of the scapula pull the scapula out of the way. It then pulls these two bony overhangs out of the way and frees up the rotator cuff tendons from being impinged by the head of the humerus. This is why we shrug.